Jigga 1017, peace. Yeah, I was seeing that. It's still some questions about changing the lessons. And I think brothers is not understanding what they supposed to be doing when it's time to manifest their understanding. See, because you got to think about something with the lessons, and when you start thinking about changing it, right? If these are the same lessons that you looked at to see that you was God, right? Why would you change it? Like, aren't you depriving the next person of what you saying was such a blessing? Yeah, that seem kind of 10% to me. True ruler, peace. It seems like a little bit 10%. Like, this is how you got on, but then you're going to change it. Sincere born Asiatic, peace. See, whatever you see in there that's between the lines, King Supreme, peace. Whatever you see in there that's between the lines, or whatever you see in there that's not being said, or whatever you see in there that needs to be brought up to date. See, all these things is when it's time for you to manifest your understanding. Yeah, when you see, that's what understanding means. That's what it means when we apply the mathematics, right? When we apply the mathematics to the lessons. We already know that everything in the lessons already happened. But when you look at all those degrees in our history and those degrees, that's telling you about thousands of years ago. Yeah, that's expired. But see, the wisdom that's in those lessons that could be applied, you understand what I'm saying? The wisdoms that's in those degrees that could be applied in different times and in different places, that's what makes it a lesson and not just a set of facts. It's when it has a certain meaning. See, everything got to be drawn up. RP Reed's peace. Everything got to be drawn up. We know I understand that. Whatever you got to say, that's when it's your time to answer the question for yourself. That's when it's your time to answer the question. That's when it's your time to go through whatever research it is that you need to go through, right? To show and prove that you're really paying attention. To show and prove that you really been studying the lessons, right? And not just quoting them, not just reading them, not just talking about them. I got over 12,600 views. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You see, when you manifest your understanding, that's when you make of the lessons what you want to make of it. Like, if you research something that you think was not included in that lesson, then that's your time to add it on. But see, if we all change the lessons, right, based on something that we research, and we start teaching it all different ways, then we got a huge game of telephone. And slowly over time, you know what I'm saying? I was just building with the guy Lord Shalar, right? I was building with the guy Lord Shalar. We was talking about an example of how a small thing, like 1 degree of change, right? Just to show you how over time and space, right? If you in a rocket ship, right, and you take off from the planet Earth, and you trying to reach the moon, and you off by 1 degree, you could possibly miss the whole moon. Once it travels that far, that 1 degree of change right here, it keeps going like that. The further you go out. So if I start teaching my own version and everybody in the room here start teaching their own version, well, 55 years from now, will we recognize each other? Like all of us recognize each other right now. Will we recognize each other in 55 years if everybody just started unilaterally changing their own lessons? So you gotta think about something, man. Is listen, the founder of anything can establish something. When something is in the baby phase, the founder can make a lot of changes. Like we all grown up now. It's not like when Allah was here and he was the one founder and he could make decisions like that. Because when he make that decision, we all still gonna be on that one mind. Because we still paying attention to what the founder is establishing. But now you wait till 55 years down the line and we like, all right, it's gonna be a free for all. Everybody just start, writing whatever you want to write. Then what's gonna happen then is we all gonna found our own nations. Just like what Allah did when he made whatever adjustments he made. In those different nations, in 55 years, right? In 55 years from now, will they recognize each other? And if understanding, right, means to see. So sometimes, that's what wisdom is. When we say wisdom is the way, right? You know what I'm saying? Wisdom is the way that you see the understanding. See what if you have to add some wisdom, right, to provide clarity, right? Clarity is when your vision is clear. Word 60, peace. That's when your vision is clear. So if you need to add clarity, that's what you do when it's your time to add on. When it's your time to manifest your understanding. But if you change the knowledge and wisdom, you're going to change everything. Divine truth, peace. You're going to change everything. So that's why, man, it's not just in the interest of preserving the past. It's not just preserving the past to preserve those lessons. It's also preserving the future. So that's why all these unilateral changes that you see people making when you want to go off on your own. If you're going to go off on your own, cut the umbilical cord. Jump all the way out the window. Don't hold on to the ledge. Was class shorter last night? Was it? I mean, we was there about 2 hours. I did get started a little bit late though. I think we started about 8 o'clock, 8:30. But does everybody understand what I mean when I say it's because see, that's something that y'all get deprived of. That's something that y'all get deprived of. The culture was at the level of intensity was, we was having ciphers all the time. That's what we was doing. Like, I don't think people realize that's actually what we did in the ciphers, or what we do. I still do it. When you're looking at the class, I mean, it's a little bit loose because it's a teaching setting, but that's Divine Equality said, not too much, God, please explain. Which part you don't understand? But that's what we actually used to do in the cipher. Like it would start from whatever person. It's like, all right, yo, we're going to start the cipher. Then we would stand in the cipher, right? And one person you would start with today's mathematics, right? Today's mathematics is this. And then you would say, I see that as this. Then everybody in the cipher would do the same thing. Then we would start over from the alphabet. And you say today's alphabet is this. You know what I'm saying? And I see it like that. And you would manifest your understanding. Then you get to the 1 to 10. You say today's agreeing and 1 to 10 is this. I see it like that. That was actually what we did in the cipher. Your time to put your answer on it is when it's time to break it down. Like we never just quoted the degree. We never did that in the cipher. That was a no-no.
You already know how it's...
You never just said, yo, today's degree is this. We never just quoted the degree. You always added on your understanding. And I think because people don't realize that, they think they need to replace the knowledge and wisdom with their understanding. But see, sometimes the sum of the parts is not equal to the whole. If the knowledge never left now, why do I think the nation would still exist? Yeah, I don't know what would have changed about New York. You know, the knowledge is, I guess, like that's just built into the nation too. Is that, you know, we a sponge. We absorb, and you gotta release for the sponge to keep absorbing. So I'm saying, if you look at our existence like that sponge, you understand what I'm saying? The fact that we produce so many people, you understand what I mean? We produce people like Darkim that started exposing the knowledge all outside of New York. You understand what I mean? It's almost like hand in hand. Like I don't really see how the knowledge could have not. You know, I didn't think about it like that at the time. I wasn't, you know, but I don't really see how it could not travel. I think that's a part of it. Divine Equality says, what did I mean on having different degrees? I said something about having different degrees. Who has different degrees? SW? Peace. Who did I say had different degrees, Divine Equality? You probably came in in the middle of me saying something. But that's how you build on your degrees, man. Al-Kim Salam, peace. That's how you build on your degrees. Whenever you build it, like when you see what I'm doing, this is not something special that I'm doing. This is just, I mean, yeah, I got my unique way that I manifest. Everybody gonna have their unique way. But I'm saying, in terms of, you see me going through the degrees, and then you see me constantly giving a meaning, you understand what I'm saying? So that to make it simpler or break it down so people can understand it, that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's what you're supposed to do. But changing the thing that's not what you're supposed to do. Self-style wisdom. Divine Equality. So what part did you come in? What did I say about having different degrees? Oh, I think I know what you mean. I was saying that if we all have different lessons that we quote, like I've been seeing a lot in the comments on my post, people saying that they feel like, or they position is that they should be able to just change the lessons to say whatever they think makes it more clear, or to whatever they think is a better concept to be manifested in that position. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that if everybody starts doing that, right, then we'll have different degrees. And I'm saying that right now, the way how everybody on this live right now, right, we from all different places. We got the knowledge at all different times. And one of the things that could bring us together, and we recognize each other as a nation, we know those are our brothers. One of the things, I'm not saying that that's everything, but one of the things is that we got the same knowledge. We got the same thing. So if 55 years down the line, everybody starts changing their degrees, and then you give it to somebody and then they feel the same way, that, hey, I'm going to just change it too. And then the next person keeps changing it. You understand what I'm saying? So what I was saying is that maintaining the lessons is not just preserving the past. You know what I'm saying? That's a legacy that also preserves the future. You understand what I'm saying? Just like with anything else, if you don't know where you came from, how you gonna know where you going? Where you from, Divine Equality? Queens in the house. When answering the question, yeah, put it in the comments of whatever video that I asked the question. That's where I look back and I see who answered. Urban Gorilla said it ended up being a King James version of the 120. Exactly. That's what it'll have to be. That's what it'll have to be. And that's what it'll be. It'll be like, yo, you in the nation, and you just like they got sects in Christianity, right? They got all these different sects in Christianity, and they all got their different Bibles. The Catholic Bible is different. I can't recall, but the Catholic Bible don't have 66 books. And those people have ended up going to war with each other. Those people have ended up going to war with each other over those couple of differences, man. Everybody had to have their different version. It'll get real 10% then. It'll get real 10%. Because then I change the lessons, and then I'll know, like, all right, this is my tribe right here. This is my tribe in the nation. That's 10%. New Year's, I didn't really, we maintained after the class for a while. That was it.